Welcome back. I Am the Code and RLabs have partnered to support young women and girls in getting into science, technology, engineering, mathematics, arts and design education. The I Am the Code movement is a beacon of hope aiming to bridge the gap in STEAM education for women and girls in marginalized communities. With a goal to mobilize key stakeholders, including governments, investors, philanthropic foundations, civil society, and the private sector, I Am the Code is on a mission to empower 1 million women and girls through technology, digital citizenship, and literacy by 2030. The start with I Am the Code will be showcasing its digital learning platform, powered by Skillsoft's Percipio in South Africa's largest township, where tens of thousands of young girls and boys will have online and offline access to one of the world's richest and most intuitive learning interfaces. For more on this conversation, we're now joined by the founder and CEO of the I Am the Code, Lady Marieme Jamme, and she joins us now via our video link. Marieme, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. Tell us more about this initiative. I mean, you are looking at least benefiting 1 million young women and girls by 2030.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on your show. So I Am the Code is now a global movement. I am based in the UK, but I'm originally from Senegal, and I founded I Am the Code in 2016 as a call out for Africa, really, to get young women and girls from marginalized communities to learn how to code by the year 2030. So my audience are girls in prison, girls who are in gangs, girls who are in detention centers, girls who are in refugee camps, girls who are really forgotten by the African continent. So I get them into our program and they go and learn the life skills that are needed for tomorrow. So we now have 60,000 girls into our program in over 82 countries. It's the first ever organization like this across the globe, not only helping African girls, but also helping girls in China, in Argentina, in Japan, and in Brazil.
One would ask, I mean, why specifically girls? Why not reach out to all young people in the African continent?
Yeah, so when it comes to STEM education, young women and girls are really behind, especially if you are a black girl or a brown girl, you are really left behind when it comes to science, technology, engineering, mathematics, art and design. So we added the art and design component because art heals young women and girls. So we have many millions of young women today who don't have access. And we know that by the age of 14, 15, if we don't give young women skills, they do drop out, end up getting married early, having access to gender-based violence. And so we have a lot of problems for young women and girls. We now include boys into our program, into our mentoring program. We have boys, but our goal is to make sure that we are building one of the biggest pipeline, the largest pipeline in the world for young women and girls from marginalized communities to learn how to code, become journalists, learn how to use technology as a way of, I'm trying to move them from poverty to wealth by using technology, because I'm one of an example. I didn't go to school, but I learned how to code 7 coding languages in 2 years, being based in the UK. Today, I'm a tech pioneer. I build the solutions for the world. So if I can make it as a Senegalese woman being in the UK, I think young women in Soweto here or Alexandra can do that as well. So my aim is to make sure government and the private sector really invest in young women so they can be part of the global workforce of tomorrow.
And when exactly will you be kicking off your campaign when it comes to, girls benefiting from, the Soweto Township as well as the Alexandra Township? When can we expect this initiative to actually reach those goals?
The initiative has started last year in 2023. So the last couple of days, I've been here since Monday from London. So I've been visiting town schools and giving more laptops and more access to the I Am the Code platform. But also in Kenya, we all across Africa. And like I said, we're in 82 countries around the globe. So South Africa have started coding. We've been partnering with people here, and my hope that I'll be back next year to do a bigger campaign to help young people. I think Africa right now, if maybe your audience can understand that, we are very late, especially when it comes to cybersecurity, on AI. We don't have access to content. We have the infrastructure. The connectivity is better now, for example, in South Africa. When it comes to content, we don't have content. We have many people working in the global workforce in Africa. They don't have access to, technology, innovation. Nobody knows where the AI courses are coming from. I'm the first woman that have done that, putting really AI content together, making sure that the African the African workforce is now reading, understanding what AI is. We are consumers of technology as in Africa, but right now we have Africans creating content for the young people. We are very, very late, and that's why I'm on a mission in September at the United Nations. I'll be giving a talk on how do we reskill our people, not just young women and girls, but also the women who are 40 years old. Right now, they don't have skills. We have many women in Africa who are digitally illiterate. And so it's very, very dangerous for the continent. So we need to do something about it. And that's my mission.
And when you are on this mission, perhaps just give us an insight in terms of the kind of skills that these young girls will be able to acquire from this initiative.
They're very simple. We have what I've done is with the platform, having sat 2 years during COVID-19, looking into having a sabbatical year. 2 years, I sat down to build really 12 weeks blended curriculum. So the girls will be learning 7 coding languages, the basic of coding, and then they will have life skills and soft skills. And I sit at the Council of the World Economic Forum at Davos, where I'm trying to get the human skills, resilience, kindness, compassion, empathy, collaboration. Those skills that we don't have, in the continent. Recruiters are looking for young people, not just to become resilient, but can they work together? Are they listening enough? Are they collaborating? Those skills that the world will need tomorrow. On top of the technical skills, cybersecurity, for example, we need young women and girls to not look into threats, but to build the solutions for cybersecurity. We need to sit them in rooms across the globe where they can decode information. They can see how to stop misinformation. For example, we have the AI courses, AI health bots right now being built in Kakuma alone, where I work with refugee girls. I've got 40,000 girls in a refugee camp in Kenya alone, where young women are building right now bots on AI. It's the first ever camp in the whole world where young women refugees are building solutions of tomorrow. So I think, we have so many solutions. They can build from climate change solutions to gender-based violence solutions to peace and justice solutions. The girls are sitting right now building very, very simple solutions for Africa. And I think we need to be aware of that, because if we want to build the next global citizen of Africa, they need to also be part of the global conversation, building solutions that Africa need. We are building solutions that Africa don't need. So in the next 5 to 10 years, we will need solutions like AI. AI is going to be a massive, a solution that we will need to accelerate education, accelerate so many solutions for Africa, but also make the content we have in Africa better. The content we have right now is not very good, because for many years, external organizations have been selling us their software, but we have not been developing our software. So I'm trying to move us from a consumer mindset, to somebody who can create for the continent. It's very, very urgent that we think about this.
What has been the reception from, these young girls who are part of this initiative? One would say, I'm sure most of them are very excited. Young people love technology.
They're excited, they're very humble, and they're very honored. I think that the most important key here is that for many, many years, we have not built a platform where, 12 weeks, 90 days, 3 months, you can sit down and learn HTML. HTML is a very, very simple coding language that many people need to have. CSS, JavaScript. That's what recruiters are looking for. Even project management, communication. If I want to become a journalist, how do I communicate well? If I want to do a presentation, we have tools right now that we have not put in the hand of people. It's very expensive to go and learn a communication skill. To become a journalist like yourself, it takes time to train you. So it takes time, at least 10 years, for you to be qualified as a journalist. So Africa needs people like you who will go and, for example, tell our stories. And so how do we train the next generation to be, someone like you out there, or someone like myself in technology? So girls are very excited. They're very humble. And that platform, I made sure that it's free with all of our global partners and sponsors and donors. I made sure that no one pays for it. We have now 75 million young Africans who are in training. They have education, but they can't get jobs. Skills are what Africa need. We have young people who don't have the skills that the continent need. And I'm going to keep talking about it at the United Nations, like I said, in September, and at Davos in 2025, to make sure that the world and African leaders invest into skills. Africa needs skills right now. We can't move young people from poverty to wealth if we don't give them the skills they need to look into the industries we have. For example, in South Africa here, the mining industry, we need many young people to have the skills they need. And we don't have them. That's why we export them. And so my job is really to make sure that I go specifically to give young people access to platforms so they have the infrastructures. But when we give them content, I think this will benefit our continent for the next 10 years.
And Lady Marieme, before I let you go, if there's a young person watching this interview right now and wants to be part of this initiative, what can they do?
They can go to iamtheCODE.org. We are on Instagram, on Facebook. And like I said, we work with communities, government, many people. Just send an email to our team, education@iamtheCODE.org, education@iamtheCODE.org, and we'll give you access. And I really think that South Africa will be part of the global conversation in 2030, because I want to get young girls from Soweto, from Alex, to make sure that they are part of the conversation. They can be seen, they can code, they can get skills, and hopefully I'll be able to move them from poverty to wealth.
All right, Lady Marieme, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. That's the founder and CEO of the iamtheCODE, and her name is Lady Marieme Jamme, just giving us an insight there in terms of the initiative that she has taken up, 1 million girls by 2030, and she wants them to benefit from technologies like coding.